Hello! Welcome to this new session dedicated to Metahuman's creation from 3D scan models. A few of my audience asked me for a more precise tutorial. So, here it is. Here are the steps I do to make myself into the metaverse. Scan process. I use a 3D scanner to capture my face. In my case, I use Revopoint Pop 2, but I believe you can use whatever you want. The scanner is not that expensive, and it does the job. Improve process. I use Blender to improve the mesh. You will see, I do not take a lot of time into Blender. Mainly because the mesh is not used forever, it is replaced by the Epix one. Import process. Then, I use Unreal Engine from Epic Games. Custom process. I use Metahuman Creator, free online software made by Epic Games, the editor of Unreal Engine. Let's begin with the scan process. As you can see, I started the scanning software made by Revopoint and scanned myself. It is pretty straightforward. The settings I use are highly detailed. Head. Colored is mandatory for the Metahuman Creator import. You need to get the texture. Then, scan yourself. Do the scan as if you were shaving. So do not pass again and again at the same place. It won't help the software. To make a metahuman, you don't have to scan your hair and your ears. Just check the face. Metahuman won't use the other parts of your head. You export the 3D model to OBJ format at the end of the scan. Be careful. Use the OBJ format. It is the best. And this is also the end of the scanning process. Now, let's improve the mesh a bit. To do so, I use Blender. You can use any 3D software. Open Blender. Import the mesh. The purpose is to clean the mesh. I mean, you have to remove all the unnecessary parts. Just keep the face. Remove the hair. If you keep the hair, the 3D metahuman may look bumpy. Do not forget to enable the X-ray mode to select unseen vertices and faces. To clean the 3D model, use a selection tool. Select the unneeded points and delete them. You can also set the origin to center of your model, and reset the transform data X, Y, and Z to 0. Then save the 3D model again as an OBJ. Then close Blender. Let's go for the third step. You have to import the 3D OBJ model to Unreal Engine. First, start the Epic Games launcher. You must download the Metahuman plugin from the Epic Games Market. Then add it to the engine. Start Unreal. Create a blank project. Open the plugins window and enable the Metahuman plugin. Restart Unreal Engine. Go to File, Import, and choose the OBJ file. Choose the location for the file in Unreal Project. In the Scene Import panel, I did not change any settings. I've just clicked the Import button. You should not take into account the message log panel. It should only display warning messages. Just clear it and close it. In the viewport, you should see the 3D model. You can adjust the transform rotation settings if needed. In the content browser, right-click, and in the Create Advanced Asset part, select Metahuman Identity. Rename it if you want. Click twice on this new file to open it. Add your OBJ file by clicking on the components from Mesh and selecting your OBJ file. It may be the default one or any other in the list. Then, adjust the face to face the camera, as if the face would look at you. You can set the view mode to unlit. This will help you to see more clearly the 3D model. Click the next tab, named Promote Frame. It will freeze the current view as a frame. Then click the next tab, named Track Active Frame. Wait a little bit. You will then get some green paths added to the face. One for the left eye, one for the right, one for the mouth, and 2 others for the right and the left, for the nasolabial folds. You can adjust them by zooming into the face and moving the little dots with the mouse. Now, click on the next tab, Metahuman Identity Solve. This will analyze your 3D mesh and fuse it with the Metahuman mesh. Then, you can look at a preview of your Metahuman by clicking on the B button. It's not a mandatory step. Now, click on the next tab, Mesh to Metahuman. Oops. Before, you have to set a body type. Select Body in the list on the left, then choose the body you want, male or female, small, medium, strong. It's time to click on the last tab, Mesh to Metahuman. The mesh is sent to the Epic Games Cloud for computing stuff. On the bottom right, you can see a message, waiting for Metahuman backend. Be prepared to wait. Depending on the Epic Games Cloud weather, I can wait 1 minute to 10. You may also get an error, retry by clicking that Mesh to Metahuman tab. Sometimes, I had to click 4 times before the success message. Here it is. It's time to start the custom process. Now you can open Quixel or go to metahuman.unrealengine.com to start tweaking your Metahuman. You can do numerous things, from setting skin color, eyes, hair type, etc. Then you will be able to use your avatar in your metaverse. Have fun! If you like this video, please do not hesitate to subscribe and ask for any other topic you need to be covered.